And it's just pointing at me.
Damn it. Fuck. Oh, what's up, guys? Sheesh. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another beautiful week at live on Two Wheels headquarters. At On Wheels headquarters. That's just what it needs to be now. On Wheels headquarters. Woo! Coming in tight, boys. I mean, what's new? You guys watch this show. You know what's up. I don't have to tell you.
I was just for the record, I was ready a while ago.
Well, thanks, bud. Thanks. I'm glad one of us. It wouldn't.
Usually, I'm the culprit.
Yeah. My schedule is a little packed today, and I'm coming in tight or hot or whatever the term is. All right. Welcome to Live on Two Wheels, your weekly motorcycle live show here on the internet, because that's where things are live. Is there any other way to be live than on the internet?
Radio.
Wow. Yeah.
Television.
Wait. Ghost, do you have an echo?
Is that what you're focusing on?
No, you're Jesus is what you are with that echo. My God.
He is the Holy Ghost.
Oh my God. The amount of sound effects you have makes me so jealous. What's going on, everybody? If you're new here, this is Live on Two Wheels. You're listening while snowboarding. Evan, stop listening while you're snowboarding. Jesus Christ. Pay attention. Also, get an Insta360 X3. It would be a great camera for snowboarding. Yes, dodge all the trees. Guys, if you're new here, this is Live on Two Wheels, weekly motorcycle live show where we talk about motorcycle stuff live on the internet. It's also available after the fact over on the Live on Two Wheels YouTube channel, as well as podcast platforms. All the popular things, search Live on Two Wheels. We're available on all those things. This week, the topic is the brand newly announced CFMoto 800 NK, which is essentially their middleweight naked bike competitor, which is a stacked class. If you guys don't know, we're going to go over all the details later in the show when, we spend that slight middle section of the show talking about the actual topic of the show and just fuck off for the rest of the show, which is essentially what it is. Also, I'm going to eat pomegranate seeds.
I honestly thought that you had bought just the boba part of boba tea.
I've never had boba tea.
Okay.
They also look like slimy jelly beans.
Why are you ruining pomegranate for me right now live on camera?
Yeah, it was just jelly beans with a film on them.
Stop! You're ruining it. Don't even stop looking at them.
I can't.
I'm putting them right here. Oh, that's a terrible idea. Yeah. I'm going to put them right there on my computer. All right, guys. So there's a couple ways you guys can interact with us during the show.
Update the icons. I told you they were updated.
Bro, what time today you think I'm going to update icons? Speaking of icons, segue. Ugh. If you guys want to support the show, there's a couple ways. For free, you can go over to Discord. Join our Discord. It's full of motorcycle stuff. If you guys like this show, probably going to be digging our Discord stuff. There's going to be a link in the description. If you are part of our Discord, we'd like to do a little shout out to our Discord fam. So we have a section on our Discord called Moto Photo, and it's a place for you guys to just post photos of your motos. Motorcycles. Nailed it. So we like to do a little shout out. So this week's Moto Photo shout out is going to an awesome named user, Ant.
Ant.
Like, they nailed the user, and it's on a little Grom, which I think is hilarious. Ant, if you're watching this, please cosplay your Grom as an ant. I think it would be a perfect motorcycle to become an ant. And we also have a couple other ones. Green-eyed girl 84 on a Vulcan?
Yep.
Question mark?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Nailed it. Good job, Chase. And we have Mink Straws, which has got a CFMoto chilling with some other cruiser bike, which I think this is cool. That is the exact same CFMoto, no, not the exact same model CFMoto that we have here in the shop, which is kind of cool. I think that's all for the Moto photos. Let me double check.
Yes.
It is. So shout out to all those Discord users. Thank you guys so much for being part of our Discord.
I like the Vulcans. I like the way they sound. It's just incongruous with how it feels to ride because it sounds like it's a fucking race bike.
Well, so the Vulcan is one of those cruisers that it's a Kawasaki. I don't get to ride at Kawasaki's essentially because I refuse to go to Mountain Marietta.
I rode one in Texas and I was like, sounds like I'm fucking going a million miles an hour.
It doesn't look like I'm going 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our Moto photo section, and another cool way that you guys can support the show.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
When you say "Oh God," my ears perk up and I'm like, "Oh no, oh no, no." So, if you guys are watching us live and you see our live chat there on the side or here in the middle, you guys are going to see some people have these little badges with them. Those are members of Live on Two Wheels. If you guys grab a membership, you guys get all types of little updates and stuff like that. You get access to the members only, community posts that we do. You get badges and you can use our custom emojis. Will one of the members please drop a multi-strata emoji in the chat?
Why, when there's so many other better ones?
There is no better one.
Voted by the people last time.
Thank you, Ghost. Thank you for the group of multis being posted. Mystic giving us all of them. Thank you guys so much for posting the emojis. Ghost with all the ghosts. That's fantastic. So yeah, guys, if you guys want to support the show, that is the best. That is the best way to support the show is become a member and get in on the insider crew. All right, man, we can get to the quick shifter and I have to do the bike breakdown. I don't know how I'm going to do the bike breakdown this week. I'm so struggle busting so hard.
I think that's what makes it a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Okay, well, let me drink my soda.
Are we doing that one first?
No, hell no. We need to go into the quick shifter. I'm going to tell you guys what the quick shifter is after I take a deep breath. All right. We do need. Oh, so here's the cool thing. Yeah, somebody brought up Bucky's Beau emoji. We can have more emojis, and it's based on how many members we have. So the more members we have, the more emojis we have. I want a Beau key emoji so bad. That needs to be on the high list.
I'll add that to the art boards.
Yeah, that needs to definitely be like one of the ones that we do next.
I've got like 4 or 5 more already made and sitting there.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen these.
Yeah.
What are you're just fucking off making emojis now?
No, it did it on one of the days where that was on the calendar.
You were like, I'm taking full advantage of this time.
I don't have to do edit today. Time to do all my dumb shit that I want to do.
I try to mix in so you're not just like in edit hell all the time.
That's very sweet.
Thank you. All right, guys.
Try harder.
Thank you. Also, more please.
Do better.
Do better. Well, fuck me, I guess. All right, guys. We're going to do our quick shifter segment, which is basically a little segment we do that our spectral producer Ghost puts together. It is not arguably the best thing about the show, and the show will get progressively worse after I play this. So just prepare yourselves.
Like to bookend this awesome content with just shit on either side.
Right. So what the quick shifter segment is a way for us to give you guys some motorcycle news that happened in the last week that you might not have heard of quickly. So that way I don't elaborate too much because you guys know how I am. So it also is going to give me a moment to not talk, which I am super excited about. And here we go. Boop. Oh no, I clicked the wrong button. Damn it. I'm so not good. You guys will have to apologize. What? I'm trying.
Nothing.
Oh my God, what's happening?
There's nothing.
I know. I clicked the wrong thing.
What?
I know.
What just happened?
I played the mini player is basically what happened. And then it played in the background as I clicked the main player. Goodbye. nuts. Hell yes, fam. Ghost, this intro gets me so damn hyped every time.
It does. You pointed out my try last time. I can't not see it. And it looped.
Norton Motorcycles, with limited dealerships in the UK, offers a demo ride that is delivered to your doorstep or other defined location. 10% holding deposit refunded if not purchased. That might
Bold
ruin
move.
my first rides, because now people can do their own first ride. Shit. This is bold. Also, a 10% deposit? Bro, you talking about like some change.
It's a Norton, so it's going to be a very select crowd.
That's true. Or
That's pretty
10%.
cool. 10%? Depends on how much the total is. That's
Thanks.
how percentages work.
Thanks, asshole. No shit.
Rider that rode off a cliff in Utah, Jesus, is rescued because he had a smartwatch that called emergency responders.
He had a what kind of watch?
A smart.
A smartwatch. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is why we have smart stuff, people.
Yeah, dude. I got mine set up to let me know if I have any
I mean, is
AFib.
that the new Apple stuff? The new Apple Watches do the crash detection, so it. Oh my God, they're all listening.
Yeah, it listened to me for.
Oh, your watch is
AFib.
listening to me. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's cool. Good for him.
Yeah, that line is hilarious. Smart helmet maker Foresight debuts the MK1S in Italy for $13.95 USD. Built-in camera, music, phone, and navigation using Bluetooth 5.0.
Personally, best smart helmet in the game.
Agreed. We have one, not of the MK1S, but the MK1, the original.
Mm-hmm.
We never got around to doing a review of it. We really should. They easily make the best smart helmet.
It's a great helmet. Period.
End of conversation.
And even better, smart helmet.
Hopefully we'll get one of these and actually be able to do a review on it.
A new bill in Missouri would set parameters for legal lane filtering, noting the difference between it and lane splitting. This is continuing to happen because people are finally seeing the benefit of allowing people to filter and how it increases the safety of the riders.
Ghost, I'm dead with that. Not a photo from Missouri quote. That's hilarious.
Yeah, more states are doing it. So there you go. Oh, am I okay? You are. I'm on my own now. He's left to go to Missouri because it's legal now. Oh, you're missing the ghost tip of the week.
Finally, time for the ghost tip of the week.
Yeah, you better fucking hurry. And this just went off.
Tip of the week. This is sponsored by Ghost on Two Wheels over on Instagram. All right, ghost tip of the week. Let's go.
Here we go.
Okay.
If you hear weird noises during the night, simply make weirder noises to assert dominance.
I like that. Marley always gets angry at me because anytime there's a horrible noise outside, I rush to it. I'm like ready to fight it.
Why do you rush to fight it? What are you, a pug?
I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck it. Whatever you are, I'm gonna fuck it up.
I just want
You're not gonna fucking come at my house with that weird ass shit. I'm gonna fuck it up.
I just want to be clear that you didn't finish your statement just then. You said, I rushed to it so I can fuck it.
Yeah.
I just want you to be clear. That's what you said.
That's not what I said. That's
Hold
what
on.
you heard.
Wait, where are we
No,
at?
stop. Don't. There's.
Oh my God, there's so much more.
Quick Shifter proudly presents clip taken out of context.
Oh God, I'm terrified of this.
I'm not gonna lie, when I change lanes a little fast so that it wiggles. I'm not.
What ridiculous.
That's pretty terrible.
That's the context. Is the inside joke in the shop.
Oh my God.
That's fucking hilarious. Hey, let it play.
Sorry, I'm all freaked out with the camera thing not like cutting off now.
I like this fucking cyberpunk music.
I do too. I love the shit out of it.
What do we got?
Also, the angle on Ghost 360 is so good.
I want a
Absolutely nailed
supercut.
it.
I want a supercut of every time he said that since you put that in there.
Oh my God, it cut again. Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Hold on, our middle thing is just not liking me.
Oh, we're
today.
doing. Oh, okay, God, that's fucking great. Well, I don't have any control over what's going on the screen, so
No,
it's just on me. But our next segment requires.
Yeah, so our next segment is 60-second bike breakdown, right?
That'd be it. Yeah.
So we can go to my screen.
You go to your.
No, I'm saying like once I get that figured out, we can go to my cam,
Yes,
which
you-
is that.
Yes.
And then-
just go to your cam because that's the cam that's needed for bike breakdown.
All right, we'll see if that dies again. Whatever. I mean, I can't say whatever because that, it's a needed camera.
Why?
You know what we should
do we
do?
go through that monitor?
We go through that monitor for the same reason we go through all the monitors, so we can give individual color grades to each camera because they're all different cameras.
Does that not allow it?
Not individual because it doesn't have all the HDMIs that it would need. But the thing is, if this one's always the one overheating, we should probably put that one over there on my camera because if my camera died, it wouldn't be worst case scenario. This is literally worst case scenario if this thing dies. You guys are troubleshooting it with us. What's up? Oh wait, wrong camera. This one. There you go.
Goon.
Also, can I
you
just
not
say
bake in the LUT into the Z cam?
we might be able to.
I think we can.
I
don't think we need that
Sure.
thing. Are you drinking a cup of pomegranate?
I'm not going to be an animal and not. Also, my wife and I love pomegranate. We don't buy them enough, and they're delicious. Babe, do we need to buy more pomegranate? I think she was in the chat earlier. All right.
My favorite right now is the fruit with the fruit bowl with the kiwi and.
Never had a kiwi.
You never had a kiwi? It's good fruit. It's good fruit.
Thanks, bud.
It's that good right there.
Ooh, that's good fruit right now. All right. Here we go. Let me.
And I'm gonna roll the intro.
All right. Let's establish.
I've done a thing to where it doesn't immediately go into the timer, so I can trigger it, and that way.
Okay, and I want to set some ground rules because the last 2 weeks we did bike breakdowns. I was under the impression that
I'm kind of wish that wasn't spoiled because the chaos.
So I kept looking at it, and we have the graphic that changes the stat, and I thought it was timed.
No, this is why I groan when you're like, all right, we need to do the new and I'm like, okay, let me make 6 different cards. All right,
guys. So we're gonna do a 60-second bike breakdown.
It's time for a 60-second bike
I'm not
breakdown.
gonna be eating pomegranate during this.
Okay, so I have the timer turned off so you can.
Oh, okay, so I can breathe. This you have the timer turned off and you hid the first stat.
That's the
fuck you.
That's the way this works, my guy.
All right, on your marks. Or no,
What are we doing first? Right?
Okay, guys. This is a 60-second bike breakdown. We're gonna break down a bike and its stats and its comparisons of other bikes in 60 seconds. Today, or this week, we're doing the 2023 Yamaha MT-10. Hashtag my fave. Hashtag my bae. Okay.
You ready?
Wait, hold on. It's in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Do it really fast and deep.
All right, let's go. All right, guys, that's what you're doing, the 60-second bike breakdown of the 2023 Yamaha MT-10. Let's go. Horsepower-wise, we're looking at 160 horsepower compared to the GSX-S 1000, which is a brand new competitor. The MT-10 sitting 10 horsepower above it. Next up, we have torque, and we're looking at 82 foot-pounds, a fair, even fight between the GSX-S 1000 and the MT-10. Only 2 torque above. That's foot-pounds of torque. Weight-wise, a little bit different of a game. Weight-wise, we're looking at 466 pounds compared to the 472 of the GSX-S 1000. A lot lighter. Now, price-wise, now this is getting a little off. The Yamaha MT-10 comes at a price of $13,999, not $5,449.
Hell yeah.
But the GSX-S is looking at $11,299. So, what is that? $2,700 less? Is weight that important? I think the MT-10 is absolutely phenomenal and worth every penny.
This is what happens when I have to do 6 different cards.
Says the guy who said he was ready for the show earlier.
Everything was done. This one thing got missed.
It's okay. It's fine.
Because I have to update each
Bro, if I
element
could get an MT-10
independent.
for 5,449, I would own one right fucking now.
It'll, yeah.
Also, shout out to that Royal Enfield, which does indeed cost $5,499. He's just doing my job for me now. Might as well. I mean, fuck. All right. Yes, that opinion of mine was entirely unbiased and not based on the MT-10 SP. That video comes out tomorrow.
You're bad at this.
It's nothing to hide. Like,
Wait, which one is it? You sack of shit. Yeah.
yep, that's true. Okay, you know what? We're in the housekeeping section, so I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. You know what? Yamaha's first loaner bike of the year. Yamaha calls me up like last week or something like that, and they're like, "Hey, Chase, we got a 2023 MT-10 SP. We know you weren't able to make it to the launch, but if you wanted to loan it for the next couple months, you can." And I was like, "Bro, you can have the XSR 900 because I ain't buying it, so you can give me that MT-10 SP. You know what I'm talking about?" First try coming out tomorrow. It's gonna be a good time. All right. Oh, we were supposed to do housekeeping after Quick Shifter. We suck. That's okay.
You sack of shit. You sack of shit.
I can't be that many sacks of shit. All right.
Sack of shit.
Is it?
You sack of shit.
Anybody else want to call me a sack of shit? Everybody's happy and laughing about me being a sack of shit. Great.
You sack of shit.
Oh my God, you and Ghost both having soundboards is not good. It's not safe for anyone. Hold on. So Matt, which is the guy that won the CBR 600, said the beginning of these Chase sounds like the guy at the end of infomercials with all the
precisely the vibe we went for. That landed.
Yeah, good. We nailed it.
That was the idea. That was the design language.
One of the few times that
Nailed
we
it.
actually nailed what we were going for.
Yeah.
All right. Housekeeping wise, what's been going on? It's rained like every day. We got the MT-10 SP first start coming out tomorrow. If you guys do, well, I'm not going to go into what the MT-10 SP has over the MT-10. You guys can watch the video. That bike is awesome. Can't wait to ride that more. Although, I don't know if we've talked about this with them, but like, I'm trying to take loaner bikes a lot more seriously. Have we talked about that? So, typically with loaner bikes, I would just kind of ride whatever we have, but I'm trying to keep loaner bikes to where I actually pretend that I own that bike for the month, or at least 1 month straight. So, as you guys probably know, we have the Tiger 1200 in the shop. So, we only have that until like late February. So, I'm still focused on the Tiger, but just took the MT-10 out for our first ride. But after we give the Tiger back, that'll be my main focus bike. So, that's been cool. What have you been working on? Editing and just that on loop.
I don't even know anymore, man.
Yeah, we got we revealed.
I am a little concerned about 2023 if I'm experiencing burnout at such an early part of the. I feel like I think my problem is I can't ride my bike to work. I just can't do it. If I can at all drive the wife's car, I'm gonna, because it kills my soul to just drive 10 miles an hour for an hour.
Yeah.
An hour and a half every day, and
Do you
the
think
amount of
that's-
miles and stuff it's putting on my bike, I'm already like 3 or 4 fucking maintenance schedules in already, and I'm like, I can't.
Do you think that's because it's your bike and you have to pay for the maintenance?
100%?
So why don't you ride loaner bikes?
Because so here's the thing. I'd have to ride my bike here, and then at the beginning of the day, when I'm like waking up at 8:30 to put on clothes and run out the door so that I can leave by 8:50, so I can get here around 10 to 10:15. The last thing I'm thinking about is like, okay, well, let me go put on all my gear, and then move the car out of the way, get the bike out, then take the bike to get it here. By the time I'm already thinking about that, I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to be stuck in traffic even longer if I wait any longer. So then it's a struggle with, like, what do I care more about at this very moment? at 5 minutes after waking up. Do I care about like, oh, I could ride the bike there and then switch it out for one of the loaners? I'm just thinking like, I gotta get the fuck in this horrible traffic, or else I'm gonna be there until.
Well, riding the bike
11.
here, it would change nothing, right? Because you'd already have to ride.
I would have to. In order to do that, I would have to put myself in that mindset the night before, and by the time I get home, which by the way, tonight, for instance, will be like 7:30 to 8.
Good God.
That's what time I normally get home every single day. I leave this shop between 5:30 and 6, depending on how I feel that day. And even on those days, if I leave here at 5 to 5:30, I still get home at 7:30.
We need to get you telecommuting. Like, you need to do like commuting. Like through the internet.
I need a company bike is what I need, freaking Mark. You're right.
All right, let's get a Royal Enfield Himalayan.
I'd ride the shit out of the Himalayan.
I hope you would.
I had a blast down in Florida on it.
I
found the only hills. Okay, I went through some of the footage yeah, there's a couple. I went through some of the footage that 360 Media sent from the event down there. And there's some pretty cool shots in there, including a couple which I felt like I was going like a million miles in the air. But it was like a foot tall. I mean, a foot's not nothing to scoff at, especially on a Scram 411. But like it was full send, like just baby jump. Felt great. First time I've ever jumped a full-size motorcycle.
So that exact same thing happened to me when I did the
Ducati
Desert X launch. Bro, I'm telling you,
got that shit on drone camera.
I thought while in the moment that I was going to hit the stratosphere type shit.
Yeah.
And then they showed me a video and I'm like this.
It was more than that. You were going uphill too when it happened.
Yeah, but like I'm saying the perception of like, and this happens a lot when people think they wheelie bikes. And just the front suspension decompresses a little bit. Like the wheel never leaves the ground.
Yeah.
Because there was, early on riding with people, it's like, oh, bro, did you see that wheelie I did? I was like, no, you did not wheelie.
And
I'd be the same
speaking
way.
of wheelie, I'm not a wheelie guy.
Okay.
My neighbor, as I come into the neighborhood.
That is not how I saw the story happening.
Every day, he gives me one of those. Say what's up. And I said, the other day, it was like, last week or week before that, I was riding home, and I came into the neighborhood, and he goes, whoop, and I go, whingy! He rode by him, and he goes, I mean, it was like this. With full backs and everything, it was just like, I was like, well, that happened.
Yeah. Did you scare the shit out of yourself?
No. The thing that doing that flat track, the slide school did was there was a light bulb moment that I'll talk about in that video.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, I understand a little bit more about when things go not normal, ? You know what I mean?
When you pull a whoopsie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
And how you intentionally pull a whoopsie. Wasn't joking. Knife of the poors. I have...
hold on. We have literal proof.
Yeah, homeboy is snowboarding.
The king of the poors is out fucking snowboarding right now.
Nice.
I didn't expect to get I believed him.
I've been on Discord chats, like the video chats, while on my bike. Yeah, I saw yeah.
Ghost, I didn't know we were categorized as clean lyrics.
You sack of shit.
Yeah, so
You sack of shit.
all right. Well, that's probably my bad, having dropped 5 F-bombs in the first 30 minutes. I'll work on that. I won't. All right. So we can get into the main topic. Or before we do, we can do our primary ad break. That
If
is,
you still don't have any,
we need to work on one if we have time.
that's on you.
Sorry, that bold ginger ale coming fighting.
I think it was the half cup of pomegranate.
I'm still working on my pomegranate, dude. These are amazing. oh no, what could the bike be? You know how stupid we are? We're talking about housekeeping, and we literally revealed the fucking R6 this week and didn't even say it. Oh my
Spoilers!
So that's before we get into the actual topic, I can talk about that real quick because not only did we here's why that happened. You got most of you guys probably know, but we have the WBR Garage website, right? That's where members get the episodes, the WBR Garage episodes, a week early. So I'm always in the headspace of like a week ahead of time with those videos. So this week, episode 2 dropped for the members. So my head last week was in like bikes getting released mode. But yeah, for YouTube people that aren't paying anything, they get the videos. And so this week, our episode 1 came out where we go and pick up this season's WBR Garage bike. It's a 2018 R6. I am very excited about it. And not only have we put that video out, but we put that video out, and there was a flood of comments of like, the bike's not wrecked enough.
I want to address the word flood of comments. There's 100 and something comments on there, and 6
There are
of them,
100 comments?
6 of those comments were people going, I don't know if wrecked is the appropriate term. That's what it was. And then we made an 8-minute video responding to those 6 people.
This is a perfect example of how you always focus on the negative far more than the positive.
Good fucking Lord.
So may it be known, that will happen.
It was 3 hours of my life to respond to 6 people.
Hey, that video is performing really well. So
cool.
It's good times.
I'm glad.
But yeah, we have a... Oh, Ghost. Nuh-uh. That's... Hold on.
Now, what are you doing? Oh, good Lord.
Don't worry, the bike is wrecked enough for the people that matter. That's hilarious. What an inside joke that is.
That's not really inside. That's
bro. You'd have
that
to
was
be
pretty outside.
You would have to be subscribed and know about the catastrophe that happened where I said the people that matter. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was great. Anyway, go see the first episode. If you want to, go watch the second episode. I do feel like the episode or the video where I was talking about the people that were saying the bike wasn't wrecked enough, I do think that was an important video to make. Probably shouldn't have made it for the reason that I did, but the information inside the video I think is still really important. So if you're a fan of WBR Garage, that video will give you a lot of context for the direction we're going to be going in the future.
You mean the thing that we addressed when we discussed what the changes were going to be last year?
Yeah, but clearly a lot of people didn't see that because a lot of people saw the video and were commenting like, well, that would have been helpful to know. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, we said that multiple times.
We
but,
said that
you know,
multiple
it
times,
is where it is.
So
it's all good now, though.
Yep. Cool. I mean,
all right.
If you want to send your shitty broken bikes, then
oh God,
there's a dumpster right over yonder. We'll be glad to put them in there. We're not working on fucked up bikes anymore because.
Were you at Mountain the other day when I was there to do a first ride and a guy came up to me and he was like, hey, I'm trying to sell my KTM 890. So somebody stole it and then I guess it had like an auto cutoff feature. If it was stolen, the bike cut off and then they dumped it and the head of the bike got ripped out and they just really fucking mangled the electronics. And the guy was like, hey, would you be interested in buying my KTM? And I was like, I mean, not really right now, but what's the damage just so I can know? And he starts going into all that and I'm like,
it's been gutted by a fucking Neanderthal. No, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I don't mess around with the electronics and stuff like that. That's just such a deep rabbit hole to go down. Wasn't interested. But for today, let's talk about the CFMoto 800 NK. AKA NKC22.
AKA the KTM 790.
So,
there was a segue.
a member! Yay! We love it. Thank you.
Control-Alt owned.
I feel like I got owned with that. Thank you for the new membership. Appreciate that. All right, so guys, what is...
We didn't get the notification because we're on the main topic side of things. And it doesn't have the alerts. Remember?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we just said we don't want that there when we're in the
Well, I shouted him out, so
Yeah.
that's all good.
Well, it sucks because I went through God damn it.
Huh.
Ruining. Because I went. All right. You asked for sounds.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I don't know if it's going to come through the stream. If I do this test.
I'm worried now.
Oh, there's no alert box here, so it's not going to test the widgets.
Put us in an alert box. Let me at least see.
All right. That's the
sound?
That's the membership.
Oh, it's like the worry thing. I love that. Bro,
Yeah.
that is my favorite.
Yeah.
Can I give myself $1 every show?
There was another one, and I can't remember which one it was. I did one that was like,
Oh, yeah.
I definitely don't like that. Hold on, do super chat one more time.
wait, super chat is the.
Oh, that's my favorite. I love that so much.
This is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
No, I feel like I need to go wash my hands now. All right, so anyway, we should probably talk about the fucking topic.
Oh my god.
Let's be clear, guys. This is a hangout sesh that has a general topic that we may or may not get to. So, many of us in the motorcycle industry are familiar with the MT07 and the middleweight naked market. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of the MT07. And
Middleweights are real hot right now.
middleweights are great. They're really hot. The reasoning for that is they check so many boxes, right?
At a lower
They're
barrier to entry.
they're comfortable. The price is understandable.
Power's not
Generally, the price for what you get is great.
Mm-hmm.
The power is enough for an experienced person and not too much so that I don't necessarily think I would recommend an MT07 as a starter bike.
No, I would.
It's if you've never ridden before, sorry.
I would.
It's a little powerful for that, but it's just a great bike overall. So the segment's really hot, and with the segment being so hot, we've got some multiple new contenders this year in direct competition with the MT07. I imagine all of these companies were like, Jesus Christ, Yamaha is selling a lot of this. Patty, you out of here?
Yep.
Stay dry, my friend.
I won't, but I'll try.
I'm sorry, bud.
The radar has me fucked.
Enjoy it.
Text me when you get home. Please be safe.
Yep, will do. Bye, Brian. Love you.
All right, so Yamaha's selling all these MT-07s because it's arguably an amazing bike. I've said for a long time, it is one of the best bikes for dollar you can get. But now we got some new stuff. Check these out. So we got the MT-07 here on the right side. And if you guys are just listening, I'm showing a graph. So, try to find the video and you can see the graphs and stuff like that. We did a video or an episode of Live on Two Wheels about the Suzuki GSX-8S. Still can't say that well. We did
what's like the Gixxer term for that? Gixates?
Typically it would be Gixxus. Gixatus.
Gixatus.
Ooh, that is a terrible name. All right, so we did an episode about the Gixatus. I can't not say it now.
Mm-hmm.
We did an episode.
of the
So the
Honda
Honda Hornet hit the internet hard.
Yeah.
It got a lot of attention, and that was one of our best videos from last year, our live shows of the Honda Hornet. Now,
stacked up against that Gixatus, it's a better bike.
Yeah.
On paper, at least.
Yeah, on paper, which we all know
and
on
they
paper.
both are like head and shoulders above what the MT-07 was bringing to the table on paper. Mm-hmm. But the price is good on the MT-07, but not comparative to the other ones, which are the same price. Right. So it's like that was already some good competition. We don't know what those bikes are like in the real world. We know what the MT-07 is like.
Yeah, so the only bike we've actually ridden is the MT-07, and I'll go to the screen so you guys can check them out. So as you guys can see, the numbers, like we were saying, on paper, these are relatively close as long as you don't go to the ends. So the CFMoto, the 800NK, compared to all the other three, and there's
again,
more compared. Again, on paper. And there's more to compare here, but these are just like the big boys.
Yeah. The hot topics right now.
All twins, and all, I want to say relatively the same, but the 800NK is over 100 cc's more than the MT-07. That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah.
Another pretty big jump is 100 horsepower compared to 73.8.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
We
don't
know
think
the engine that it's based off of,
is the 790,
and it's a great engine.
Duke.
It's a grunty little.
right. So
powerhouse.
for the people that don't, I imagine most people watching this know.
They're the
but
ones that manufacture the
yeah,
engine
so
for
CFMoto manufactures like engines for KTM. They have a very good working relationship. So that's why when you guys see CFMoto bikes, a lot of them are very close and similar to
Yeah.
KTM alternatives.
They have their own teams. They have their own design teams.
They
their own
definitely have
engineer-
their own design teams. They look
Yeah.
so different.
Yeah, I was reading an article of the team that there is a specific. It's not a firm like that has multiple design teams. They use a fairly, I can't remember the name, but it's a fairly well-known designer for all of their bikes, which I find interesting because a lot of companies that save dollars will go for like a big firm that has multiple companies that they have under their portfolio. Blah blah
Right.
blah blah blah. So the engine itself will have a lot of similarities, but they have their own engineering team that
Right.
that makes those changes that they want for their bikes as well. So
Right. So on paper, so going back to torque, I don't think anybody riding, I mean, like you'd have to be so minute in your assessment of a motorcycle to tell the difference between 59.7 and 50.
It'd
I
be
don't
it'd
know.
be a racer.
On the
Like,
same,
that's the kind of
yeah,
person
you have to be on that bike so often to know, especially if it's the exact same. It's a parallel twin, so they're probably going to deliver power relatively similarly. Weight wise, the only real outlier here
is the Gixatus,
is the Gixatus with a weight of 445 pounds.
which is about the same as my Tiger.
Oh, Jesus. How the hell? Anyway. Suzuki's using pure lead in their motorcycles. That's not true. I'm joking.
Yeah, it's uranium.
But, oh my God. But all the other bikes are kind of floating around the 410 to 415 mark. The pricing for the 800 NK is going to be super interesting because at CFMoto, they are using the advertising platform of we're going to spend less on ads and just lower how much we're making per bike. That's how they're
they
getting their
take less
price.
profit.
Take less profit on
Get
each
more
purchase.
units out there.
And if you guys are wondering, like we actually talked with CFMoto. We had them on the show. They were telling us about this. So CFMoto right now is using a super unique strategy as compared to all the other guys. So I'm going to be super curious how close to. I don't think the 800 NK could be cheaper than the MT07, right? Like there's no way they're going to beat 8199. That would be a hard sell.
I've seen guesses that are in at or under the MT07.
Holy
But that's
shit.
just guesses because we don't know what that they're bringing it to market at.
So
Because aren't they bringing two models to market here?
So yeah, they're bringing the 800 NK, and they're also bringing their Ibex 800, which is their ADV bike. We will jump over to the to that bike since it's very similar to the Gixatus and the V-Strom,
Which is fucking hilarious because all of those bikes in that comparison are using the same engines as their comparisons in the middleweight.
this is super
That's
interesting to me
fucking
too.
hilarious.
So
That literally just happened in real time. I looked at it and I was like, "Oh,
you didn't-
same motor, same motor, same motor, same motor."
So let's show the people what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And what we're going to talk about, guys, for a second is how a manufacturer will make one power plant. Many manufacturers do this along the CC range. Harley does it with their Pan America and their Sportster S. Oh my God, Yamaha does it with damn near everything they have. A lot of companies will focus all of their energy and their development on a single motor, and then they will slightly adapt that power plant for different uses. So an example with Yamaha, the MT07 has the exact same motor that the R7 has, and that has the exact same motor that the T7 has. So all three get to share the same thing.
God, I can't wait for you to ride a fucking T7.
Me too. Okay, so here's the list of the CFMoto 800 NK, the Honda Hornet, Suzuki GSX 8S, and the Yamaha MT-07.
The Honda Hornet, it has the new twin that Honda made specifically for those two platforms, and the 8S and the 800 DE are using their new motor.
So here we have the middleweight ADV market all of which you're seeing Yamaha's T7, you're seeing Suzuki's brand new V-Strom 800DE, the Honda Transalp that we haven't even talked about on the show yet, same engine as the Honda Hornet, and the 800T Ibex, which is CFMoto's middleweight adventure bike. Now, all of these have the exact same power plant as their...
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I thought they said that the 800T does not have the same engine as
I don't know. I mean, it's an 800, so I would imagine it has the same.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, yeah, I can't confirm that. Like,
yeah.
I haven't heard from them, and I haven't seen that.
I would want to look into that because that's curious.
I just think this is super fascinating, though.
Interestingly, we could take some of the, if you go back to that screen with the ADV bikes.
Oh, the ADV bikes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's take some context clues, right? Because we have prices here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're looking at, if we look at the dollar amount versus each other, right? There's the same kind of pattern, right? We have Honda coming in at the most in the Transalp, but not by a lot over the DE from Suzuki, and that's kind of flipped for the middleweight.
Honestly,
nakeds.
looking at the ADVs here, I'm surprised that Suzuki is as competitive price-wise, because Suzuki, and this isn't the only time they've done that.
But importantly, though, if you look at the relationship between those prices and their middleweight naked counterparts, and the fact that we do have a price for the Ibex.
Yes.
So you can see it's not much more than the T7. So I would assume then those guesses at or around the same price as the T7.
Yeah, you're saying so. If the Ibex matches the T7, then
it's a likely guess.
The 800 NK could hypothetically match the MT07.
Yeah,
bro. Let me tell you,
it's not a stretch to think that they'd be for 100 horsepower.
I mean, so CFMoto's thing is they're they're way better than the cost that they are, and they basically undercut almost every market with a motorcycle that is solid.
And they all undercut themselves.
They actually do undercut themselves. Bro, let me tell you, if they bring in that 800 NK and they do some like 7999 shit, that I will be incredibly impressed with.
Yeah.
If you can get the literal, like, they are topping every single stat on paper other than the weight, which is only 4 pounds off of the MT07.
Yeah, it's nominal.
Every other stat that they win on this sheet.
Yeah.
But then again, you're talking about a market where nobody that rides would ride any of these 4 bikes and not have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, they're all super enjoyable. I haven't ridden the Hornet and the Jixatus.
We had a conversation the other day about the 300.
The 300 SS from CFMoto?
And it was one of those things where it's like, you're not going to get the same level of polish as you're going to get from the big 4.
No, you won't, for sure.
But it's been surprisingly how well put together this is for the price that you're getting.
Right.
Nothing feels cheap. It feels economic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they're making design choices to put things where they need to make sure the cost is good.
Right.
They have a great screen.
Yep.
All the plastics, all the bodywork lines up good. Like, those things are good. Controls, they feel like a more cost-effective controls situation. No surprise there. But it does not... I'm surprised just having it sitting here and walking past it every day.
Yeah.
That looking at
the bike does not look like it would cost what it does.
So I'm really curious about a bigger boy, because build quality does come into play with more power, like...
I'm going to go to the screen showing the photo of this bike while Beau's talking about it, guys.
Like,
check that out.
I fucking love that rear end.
It is a really good-looking motorcycle. The only thing that, like, kind of stands out from this angle to me is the swing arm looks a little kind of whatever, but everything else is, like, solid.
I can tell you that is a more well put together swing arm than most of the bikes that I was around when I was starting riding.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
I had a FZ6R, and it had basically just a square frame for a swing arm.
Can we just appreciate it looks like a damn iPad in the front of this thing?
Yeah.
So CFMoto
vertical.
Yeah, exactly. That's super crazy. Not super crazy, but like really interesting that they went that route.
I dig the whole cockpit area. The exhaust looks cool.
So that's what I was going to bring up. This exhaust is an exhaust that you would expect on like a
MV Agusta or
an MV Agusta or something more like an ADV bike where they have those thin, like kind of upper exhasts.
Yeah, that doesn't look thin though. It reminds me a lot of
this way, like from side to side.
No, that's what I'm saying. That looks pretty thick, boy.
And what's the front?
I think that rear end is a looker for sure.
So definitely, I really love the rear of this bike. I love the exhaust look
of that tail.
I appreciate. So here's what typically when I see bikes like this, I see in my head instantly. I want to say, well, the exhaust, how it's like kind of poked up the side. I'm like, man, you're missing out on all this like kind of free space underneath the tail. But having an exhaust that looks like this, I think this is a legitimate motorcycle that people probably aren't like. You wouldn't change that exhaust out to get a different looking exhaust.
Yeah. So like the 300 has, was it 300? No, it was the naked version that we had. Mm-hmm. That had that wet super trap looking
like can
Yeti
thing?
cup on the back of it, and I was like, well, that's garbage.
Yep.
That looks like trash. Sounded fine.
So the 300 actually has that under bike exhaust.
But this again, it goes back to the fact that they have their own designers and they're making it intentional and part of the bike. So I like it. I like that exhaust.
I love the fact that they're gonna come out with this bike and it's gonna. I imagine it's gonna be around $8,000, and you're gonna be able to get a bike that looks like a damn MV Agusta, which is obviously extremely expensive brand. And you're going to get it for $8,000.
I think I love stuff like this because it gives options to people that aren't brand whores either. Because
yeah, exactly.
You know, you could always the reliability of one of the big fours. It's no surprise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Yamahas, Suzuki's, Kawasaki's, like all of these guys, are really known for their reliability. Japanese bikes are.
Right.
It's fine. So you are getting that. You are getting that as part of the purchase of the bike. But
yeah, we haven't really put enough miles on a CFMoto to really test that.
Yeah.
We've been talking with CFMoto, and we are going to be getting some loaner bikes in this year.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to get a loaner bike in.
Another option is basically.
Yeah. I'm excited to get a CFMoto in as a, honestly, anything. I haven't got to spend as much time on a CFMoto as I'd really like to. And really treat it as my day in, day out.
My favorite looking from them.
Yeah, it is one of their better looking bikes. This is the front. Beau thinks it looks like an MT07. I don't agree.
You're not showing it?
Oh, whoops.
It definitely has an MT07 vibe.
I think it has pieces of the MT07, but I think this thing looks really unique. Has this little like front headlight DRL thing.
Unique at all, considering the fact that on the comparison videos. Or on the comparison picture, nearly every headlight looks the same. They're all a V-shaped shield with a light on them. And now you can't fucking unsee that.
I still don't see it.
And I love that the picture that's on that comparison, the picture of the 800, it's not facing the same way.
Well, they don't have one yet.
That's hilarious.
We'll come back to that.
I mean, come on. You just gave us a peek of the single light with the DRLs off the side in a V shape.
To me, doesn't look like it. It looks like a bull though, which is kind of neat.
No, you know what? It looks like one of the big bads in Destiny, the big horn.
No, hold on. Do you say your dorky thing?
Like, I forget the name. The Forsaken guys, the princes. The prince.
Oh, those guys. Yeah. Okay.
Somebody will know and know the name. It's been a while since I played Destiny, but yeah, it was like one of the princes had those big fucking horns.
So going back to the front shot of this bike, Beau brought up earlier that the front fender is kind of weird. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a fender that has basically, it looks like it was designed. You know what I'm talking? Does that make sense?
It looks like, hey, do you want air right here? It's gonna scoop it. Give me some of that air, and then bloop.
It's like an air spoon.
It's like an air spade.
Yeah.
Who's the other character that it looks like? Anybody play Dragon Age? The bull character. He has the big.
What
one.
looks like that?
Osanari. I forget the name either.
All right, so many game references. Good God.
Bro, I haven't been able to play many games lately, so you know.
I thought you were playing Hogwarts or something.
I am playing Hogwarts Legacy right now.
You
On my
reverse that.
second, but I had, up until then it was just like it was Dark Tide and on repeat.
Oh, we got photos of the screen and wait,
What?
hold on. That's a photo of the screen.
What happened?
Look at the screen.
But that looks the other way.
That photo and that photo, it looks vertical.
Maybe it's
This photo, it not vertical.
maybe optical illusion.
Bro, what if it rotated?
What a flippy dude.
What if it was like
It looks like there's cut bevels at the bottom to match the top of the triple in this one.
This is true.
So maybe this is an older version, or maybe it's just an optical illusion.
Oh, I love the little gas tank red. God, CFMoto does such a good job with these. I think we have a video. Oh, thank you for the warning to mute audio there, Ghost. Bro, absolutely. Check that out.
I really enjoying the
So exhaust is different now.
1999 Apple iPhone.
Right. Oh, wait,
video
hold on.
that's been
What's the thing look like? What's the screen? Hey, horizontal.
maybe that's an older version though. We don't know.
Bro, those controls look so good. Look at the little arrow.
Kunari.
What the hell?
There you go. Yeah, that's it. They look like Kunari.
Bro, look at all the details of this. Hold on. Look,
Yeah,
for
that's
one,
definitely. Is that an SE project that I saw?
the exhaust.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but look at the controls on this thing. Those look solid.
Yeah, it's nice. I want to
Look at the active arrow. Not active, but like the little
Passive.
F. Yes, the opposite. That's awesome.
hit play and then pause at the exhaust. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So SC Project as like a modification.
I'm not gonna lie, that looks dope.
I like the look of the stock exhaust, but check the wheel out. They've got the little carbon fiber wheel inserty thing.
Oh, that's cool.
That is insane.
Concept forged.
Bro,
forged carbon.
do you know how loud this bike would be? A
It's
fucking
an SE
parallel twin
yeah,
with an
an
SE
SE
Project exhaust. Wait, that's an SE Project like legit because it's got NK on the side. Like they're.
Didn't they mention that they were working with?
I'm not. Okay, hold on. Let me think about how to say it.
Mentioned that they were working with a manufacturer.
I have heard them reference a relationship based on conversations I've had. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, hold on. I have to go back.
A little hexagams.
Do you know if we were doing camera car and we did a tight shot of the wheel would spin so fast that we would be able to see the brake.
Single-sided swing arm too. The pictures in the I see that things aren't adding up.
Well, so here's the thing though. This is an actual one. So
These are photos from CFMoto. These are the ones with the fog in the background.
Interesting. So maybe this is like a prototype, and they just made
This
it
one?
badass.
Yeah.
This one is the prototype.
Maybe.
Because like, can you imagine a CFMoto single-sided swing arm thing?
Yeah.
Holy
and
shit!
Forged carbon wheels.
Well, obviously the forged carbon wheels is like the
seat's nice too. It's got like all sorts of shit. Yeah, I
bro.
don't know.
That bike has such good shapes though.
Yeah, this has to be the prototype because they're still using the internal moniker, the NC or the whatever it is.
Okay.
No, on the tank up the top, it go back a bit. C22.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's not any. The new one actually has the 800 NK. So this had to have been like their prototype or whatever.
Yeah.
At first, and then they and this is what it looks like.
Dude, y'all look at the carbon fiber that they used on this.
Mm.
That is some crazy looking stuff.
The dash and exhaust, maybe some differences between the NK C22 and the 800 NK.
All right, so there we have the full shot.
Oh, this might be like an up spec model,
Okay.
possibly.
Super fascinating.
Yeah, because the passive arrow is not on there either.
Let me just go ahead and say that is, if this comes out and looks close to that, That is the best 800. That's the best middleweight naked,
Yeah,
looks wise
great.
to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think that's
The
close.
tail, I'm a real big fan of that rear end.
I will say from this angle, the tail does look a little fat. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of looks a little chubby back here.
So the seat is thin in the front and fat in the rear, which is great for moving around on it.
You got plenty
But it's
of
also
space in the
comfortable
back to seat. And
while
then
you're, you know,
if you want to stand up on the bike and be able to walk it around, yeah, that's pretty interesting.
It says Vision Concept on the side. Good shout out. Yeah.
I assume these are just like more of the same.
Yeah. So good catch on that. It does say Vision Concept.
Okay, so that's the concept, dude. So CFMoto needs to make a single-sided swing arm version. That would look so dope. Can you imagine paying $8,000 for a bike, and it's
No, yeah, I guarantee it wouldn't be $8,000.
right, exactly. Oh wait, we have another video that we can play. Hold on, let me see how to. Can I play this full screen? I can. All right, guys, check this video out. At a track, let's go.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Oh, so this is closer to the actual thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of like a Triumph look on the taillight. Actually, the LEDs.
I gotta say, dude, that exhaust, I really like that exhaust, the stock one.
Yeah.
Can somebody translate what's
the
happening?
Super shiny when the bike is black like this. I think it looks better in the silver with that.
Man, that is so the screen is vertical. Interesting.
Nice.
Same controls though.
Yeah.
So we love that.
That's cool. I like this version more because it looks a little bit cleaner.
Oh, we got a different color model here. We do not have that single-sided swing arm. Not surprised.
There's the
exhaust looks great.
Screen. Yep.
Screen is strange. I'm really interested because the only other motorcycle on the market that has a vertical screen like that's a digital like TFT dash is the Ducati Desert X
and the T7.
Not a TFT. It's just the digital. The new one does?
Yes.
So those three.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know the new T7 had a TFT.
Yeah, they
dash.
went TFT and which is cool, but we had this discussion. I was like, why the TFT if
And
no
nothing
have
else?
menu and rider modes? We had the whole discussion. That's fucking Scooby Boy on the front is weird.
It's weird, but I kind of love it. Even if it's pointless, I love it.
I wonder what that does, if anything.
I mean, honestly, knowing CFMoto and how they are hardcore.
I do like the split.
Design,
I like the
it might
floating fairing. I like that. I think that's a cool.
The one on the outside that's like the arrow type stuff.
Yeah, I think I like that. I mean, because we've talked about this with your MT-10. I like the little added fairing pieces, the ones that bother you. You like the little fucking mini wing on the back seat. I love that thing. The floaty
thing's
boys.
so stupid when you're trying to take stuff on and off.
I love the
Can't
way it
stand
looks. I love the floating fairing pieces on the side. I like all those little pieces. So I'm a big fan of that.
I think if you had to work on it, you would change your mind.
Bro, I can't do anything on my Tiger without having to take off fucking everything. I wanted to route cables for the
Quad lock.
The quad lock, and I was just like, fuck this, and I took a coat hanger and straightened it out and just jammed it through.
God, Beau.
I was like, I gotta take off the gas tank. In order to take off the gas tank, I have to take off all of the side fairings and most of the headstock. No, thank you.
Yeah, I for so long wait, hold on. Ghost made a note. No, not yet announced for US the NK. The dash and exhaust may be some differences with the NK C22 and the 800 NK. C22 may be the up spec concept. The content is a little mixed online.
Yeah, I already read that out loud.
Didn't know you did that.
okay.
So back in the day, I would always
doesn't listen to me. This is my life.
back
I'll say
in the,
words, and in like 5 minutes
you're not
later,
done, okay.
he'll say the same words I just said, and I'll be like, "Hey, cool. That's
Here you go. Here, take all of it. Is there
great.
anything else you need to tell the people?
great set of words and thoughts you just had."
Anything else you want to put in there?
No. Do you want to go back further and read some more comments?
No, I'm
Stuff
going to
I've
go to
already
me.
read? He's like, no, me.
It's all about.
It didn't go in your pomegranate, so you're good.
Okay, well, don't fuck with my pomegranates, bro.
Don't fuck with the granites.
Don't fuck with the granites. I remember years ago at this point, every time I would ride a naked bike on a first ride, I would always point out the fact that naked bikes are so cool. You know why? Because they don't have fairings. You don't have to remove them.
They're just as hard to
And
get
then
into.
I get the MT-10 is the first bike that I've had that if I had to really, like, we've talked about this before off show. I can get my MT-10 gas tank off in probably like 5 minutes now because I've had to do it so many times. But it's one of those things where, like, years ago I'd always be like, yeah, naked bikes, they're the way to go, and especially if you want to work on them, they're so easy. Yeah. And then I go to do anything on my MT-10, and I'm like,
I gotta disconnect half my bike.
Oh, gas tank got to come off. Okay, cool. The first couple times
I got spoiled because of the bolt.
Oh yeah, true. Well, there's not a lot going on with that bike.
I could literally do everything on that with the tank still on. Like,
Jesus.
nothing has to move. It was so great, and I got spoiled. And then the Tiger, and it was like, I'm gonna just install this simple power cable. And I'm like, well, no, you're not, because one, now you got a bike with electronics,
right.
and all these bikes have like crazy amount of electronics, and they're almost all of them are CAN bust. So if you fucking connect something into a system that's running through the CAN bus, and it's pulling a little bit more than it should expect, the whole thing just goes sideways.
I can't answer that, Cole.
What? Oh.
That would be hilarious if I answered this on stream.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Piaggio Group.
I'll
call you. I'll call you later.
But yeah,
that felt like a name drop. I didn't mean for it.
If with these nakeds and these hyper nakeds, it's the good thing is they're getting so much tech in them. The bad thing is,
yeah, when you go to want to do something,
you have to be mindful of that tech.
So anybody that wants tech like me, just be careful what you wish for, because if you get to a point where you want to start doing stuff on your bike, it does become a level of complicated.
I think in the video that we did, I don't remember which one it was, but I did mention that I had to I had to basically find on the Tiger, I had to find a connection port that was for the factory alarm that you could get as an option.
And it's just already built in, ready to go.
It's already built in, and I had to then go buy the appropriate type of connector and then just create my own wire loom for
Good Lord.
For the GPS. It was the GPS video.
Okay.
Because that GPS, I needed it to be bike goes on, GPS goes on. Bike goes off, GPS goes off.
You don't want to dead.
And if I just connect it to, I could connect it to like a different cable, but then I'd be splicing in.
Yeah.
So in order to keep that from happening, because if you plug some of these things in or you mess with the electronics and the CAN bus system goes fucking haywire, and you'll get code. And sometimes it won't work.
And now you have to go to a shop.
Yeah.
And now you have to pay them to turn a code off.
They're all great. I'm glad this tech is coming into bikes at a better price point. But it does mean that idea that just because it's exposed doesn't mean it's necessarily easier to work on.
Yeah.
Is more true now that we're getting more and more tech in these bikes. The caveat to that would probably be the MT07 in this list, because there's no electronics.
Yeah, there's still no electronics.
Yeah.
It's still ABS.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing the T7 has, right?
Yeah.
Well, or not T7, but MT07 as well.
Yeah.
Both, right?
Yeah.
Because the T7 didn't add traction control or anything, right?
No.
Interesting.
They just gave you a TFT. So
It's like, hey.
And they got rid of the ABS button. So you have to go into the menu with the thumb menu.
Interesting.
Because you used to, like, you could switch off the rear ABS.
With a button.
With a button.
Front. I thought a lot of people liked that feature.
Yeah.
Why did they take it away?
I don't know.
Because
I got a TFT attached.
Oh my God. We got a TFT, so now we have to hide things inside
So
the
if
TFT.
you didn't give me a TFT, then I want modes.
Yeah, it is kind of a tease, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, it's TFT. That implies that I need something to use the TFT
It has
with.
a better display resolution so that
I need to be able to see the word mode now or something like that. Yeah, that's actually funny.
Yeah.
That
I do like the screens that CFMoto use. The one that we have.
Every
You've ridden it a lot. it's got an anti-glare coating on it. Does that actually work for you?
1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed as you walk by, it has that kind of weird, like frosted look. Mm-hmm. And I always wonder if those things are gimmicky on a bike because it's just
not in my
facing.
experience,
Okay.
but I think a lot of that because the screen's not maneuverable, so a lot of that is going to depend on where you sit. So like I might be like the perfect user case, you know, and obviously it depends on like what time of the day you're
But I
riding
do
and stuff
like
that.
the screens that they use.
These screens are interesting. They give the idea of like high function, if that makes sense.
With the way they look and function, so both the aesthetics and the function of them, I'd say they'd sit for me somewhere in between like KTM and Suzuki as far as looks and then using like the
KTM
responsiveness.
KTM is an interesting screen because their screens don't look bad, but they look
older.
So the word I was going to use is old modern.
Yeah.
They look like a
future
modern
retro.
futuristic, future retro, which is like,
Yeah.
what way? What way is that? Is that future in time or back?
So CFMoto has a little bit of that with the way theirs looks.
Yeah.
But it also it kind of leans more towards this is at least as far as using it and lag and all
One of
that
the
stuff.
things I'm interested in because our little
They're
300
pretty responsive.
responsive wise they're great. One of the interesting things about this 300 SS that we have
future retro. So now
that's
one,
actually
Ghost.
funny. Ghost, I don't know what your brain is made of, but the fact that you like connect dots extraordinarily fast, and it's fascinating. Damn it. But the 300 SS that we have, one of the interesting things about it is the screen has a few things on it that are strange. So like it has an MPG thing that hypothetically a bar would go up and down based on how many MPGs you're getting, right? So if you're totally off throttle and you're rolling, the bar should shoot up. And then if you're on heavy throttle, the bar should be all the way down. But the bar goes from like 0 to like 900. And obviously you're not going to be getting 900 miles per gallon. Like realistically, you're looking at like 30, right? 35, 50 max. And the bar just does like this. It just barely moves. So it's like, it's kind of totally pointless to be there. So gonna kind of be interested to see what these screens on CFMotos look like on these newer models that we've gotten. Because some of them are just like, why is that there? That doesn't make any sense. But, I mean, I'm appreciative to have it. What? Oh, my God. You literally... Here you go. Show the peeps.
it's the Kunari,
That's
the
what-
Iron Bull.
For all of us
That's what it reminded me of.
non-gamers.
That's what it reminded me of. That's
I'm
hilarious.
glad you found that, bud.
Fucking A.
You call yourself a gamer. You are not.
I'm just kidding you. And I lost my audio.
Can I have some more, please?
I'm bringing that back.
All right, so between... Let's show off... Can we show off the Ibex 800? One of my favorite looking ADV bikes right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the...
I do like it's well put together.
So,
You know what I mean?
hey, my wife's back.
I would say this is close second in the lineup that we have here of the 4 that we were talking about.
Are you talking about over here?
Yes.
Okay.
My favorite being the Suzuki.
I will say one thing about looking at all 4 of these bikes here, the T7 looks so much thinner than every single one of them.
Yeah.
Is it like, I mean, obviously it's the smallest CC, but like, well, I guess it's the smallest by like a hundo.
I'm if I'm numbering these from
For what? Numbering looks?
favorite to least favorite looks wise.
Okay, and go.
It's going the Suzuki, the CFMoto, the T7 Transalp.
Suzuki, CFMoto,
T7
T7 Transalp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if we're talking looks wise,
That 800
Actually, this is hard,
That
though.
800 DE is just so good looking, man.
all
They've
right,
done
looks.
such a good job.
Here's
with
my looks wise comparison. I'm going Ibex first. There's something about the shape of that bike that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a tie?
Not sure. It's
So
there's no rules.
I go Ibex,
Mm-hmm.
and then I tie out the T7 and the 800 DE,
Yeah.
Because I told you for a while, like I'm still
two
trying to
different
figure
flavors.
two different flavors, but there is something about a V-Strom. They're never in the lead in my head, but every now and then I'll see a V-Strom and I'm like,
that new V-Strom.
I'm like, bro, that's a good looking
is
bike right there. So yeah, I tie out the Suzuki V-Strom and the T7, and then the Transalp just doesn't really do it for me. If I'm gonna be honest.
The Africa Twin does. The Transalp does not.
I agree. I was kind of sad when I saw the Transalp come out and it didn't look like the Africa Twin.
Ibex. It is a more. It looks like a bigger bike. It looks like it would compete in the 1200 class.
Yes, 100%.
I mean?
But I think I kind of gravitate towards the 1200 class.
And the fact that bike. Do you have it up where you can show the 800 Ibex in a larger? Like you were on the site.
Yeah. I can pull that up.
Because the one thing I do love is the integration of all the parts. So like the protection and it goes back to we were talking about with the naked version, right?
Yes.
Of this bike is the little pieces. Everything kind of feels well put together. So like the protection and the fog lights are built in.
Yeah, this is the 800 Ibex. Their middleweight ADV.
Yeah.
Such a unique, cool looking bike.
Yeah. She's an interesting looking machine.
Bro, look at the front of this. I haven't seen that guard yet.
I mean,
that is neat.
It's super helpful if replacing an LED headlight costs like $1,000.
Why are you telling me that as if you've experienced that?
I haven't experienced it. That's why I have a headlight guard on mine.
Oh, okay. So you got a headlight guard very quickly because you didn't
ask GS owners how much it costs to replace the headlight on a GS.
Oh, is it like
it's bad?
Is it like bad?
It's bad. It's real bad. That's why a company like Lone Rider makes that like really robust headlight guard for the BMW specifically.
Actually, bro, of course they do, because when I was disassembling the R6 and we saw an issue with that, and that's a street bike. Yeah. Can you imagine an off-road bike where you ride off-road a lot?
Yeah. That was one of the first things that I got after putting on the side protection was a headlight guard, because I was like, man, I am not going to have to pay like $800-900 for a headlight.
Yeah, dude, absolutely not. Yeah.
So I like that. I like the.
So I will note that the bike we're looking at, the one with all the side bags and stuff, there are two models of the 800 Ibex that I believe are coming to the States. Mm-hmm. One is going to be this kind of off-road focused one.
That's the T.
It has it's basically an adventure one. It has the spoked wheels. It has the optional luggage stuff here on the back. Mm-hmm. It looks pretty neat. Let's see if they actually have a breakdown of. Yeah, they're only showing the T here.
No, I saw they have it there.
Oh, there you go. They have a T and a S. So we'll go to the S. So the T is actually $1,000 more. And this is the S model. Mm-hmm. This is the one that they made that like race spec looking one that I was like just freaking out over.
Yeah. The
interesting.
The T version. I mean,
here I can go back to
it's a good looking bike. I'm not going to argue with you on that. It's a good looking bike. It's not my style. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you kind of nailed it with I've never thought about it before, but looking at that bike, and then you said the thing of it looks like that this ADV bike, which is an 800 and it competes in the 800 class, but if you didn't know the engine size, that looks like it should compete in the 1200 class. Yeah. 100%. I've never thought of it like that, but that's definitely what it looks like. I mean, it has a more big front end.
It's the same, but in a smaller degree to the 800 NK. If you looked at that thing, it kind of does have the similar like characteristics of the MT-10.
Right.
And if I saw that in a lineup, depending on what its dimensions,
we'll go back to the lineup.
Depending on what its dimensions are, right?
Yeah.
Like how big it is. Like, I mean, it looks like it has a decent size set of tires on there. You're not going to see smaller like 150s,
right,
or 120s or anything like that on the back. So, I mean, if you put it next to the MT-10, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's same
Yeah.
Same.
These photos do make the 800 NK look a little bigger than the other bikes.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just
But these are renders, though.
Yeah.
They're not the actual. I mean, to be fair, all of these photos are renders. It's not like, these are actual photos. So it'll be interesting to see, like the motorcycle magazines always do like the bike comparisons where they somehow get every motorcycle known to man in a class.
Yes, the 800 NK is official. That's on their
Not
US
in America, though.
It's on their U.S. site.
Wait, really?
That you're on their U.S. site, aren't they? I looked it up on their U.S. site.
It is not on their U.S. site.
Are you sure?
We have the 650 NK, we have the 300 NK, and that's all. I've got it right here.
I believe you. I'm going to trust but verify.
What is on the site is the 400 SS, which
I'm on the CFMoto.USA.com site, and the Ibex 800S and 800T are there.
No, we're talking about the 800 NK.
Oh, NK. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the other.
Hell no, I'm definitely talking about the Ibex.
No.
Or I'm definitely talking about the NK.
They do have what now?
The 400 SS on there.
That is true.
Which is going to be fire. So excited.
That side view is real nice on it.
Let me, I'm going to check it out. I love how we start this show with something and it just, whatever happens,
It
happens.
devolves. We got 7 minutes. Fuck it.
This bike is, I think this is going to be their biggest seller next year. Or this year.
This is the one
whenever
they're
it comes
racing,
out.
right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this is the one that they're racing. Like, the one they're competing with. I think.
We've already gone through all these on another show, but, I mean.
It's pretty cool. I dig it. I dig it.
I'm truly fascinated to watch, like, because we're so entrenched in the motorcycle market. It's so interesting to see a company come in and like just disrupt shit so much.
I wish I
Pause. I just have to read Monster SP.
Monster SP.
Monster SP.
Cool. Here's the thing. If you look at the chat, it's been going on for a while.
What?
This episode brought to you by dropping them in them, followed by SP Monster.
Wait,
SP.
so wait, what's up with the Monster SP?
I don't know, but I noticed that it had been in there for a minute, and then I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And Yant, did he just start it for no reason?
Somebody explain to me what the I got a text from a guy at Mountain saying that they had a Monster SP, one of the first ones on the East Coast, and I need to get in there and ride it, but obviously it's rained all week this week, so we haven't been able to shoot a first ride, and then it's going to rain tomorrow. It's probably going to rain when I leave here, but supposedly, so Ducati had their Monster Plus last year, which was essentially like a rear passenger seat cover on top of a Monster with a fairing. So now they have the Monster SP, which actually has like a full set of Öhlins and all this kind of stuff. It seems like an actual upgrade, whereas the Plus was just like, so it just includes some of the mods you can buy. Like, I don't really understand. So I'm glad to see Ducati actually has the Monster platform. Ducati, another company, that Monster, I believe, uses the similar engine as the V2 Multi. So same engine, two different user cases.
Same but different.
Same, but as some would say, different. All right, we got 5 minutes. You ready to?
We have 2 cards.
Oh well, we'll have to dig in deep. So, final thoughts on the 800 NK. Generally, what do you think it's going to do in the market, and what do you think about it?
I mean, they're always going to be fighting against the stigma that comes with their, being a Chinese brand.
Mm-hmm.
But the more people that they can get bikes under, the more that people see that, like, oh, this is...
You're talking about CFMoto in general.
CFMoto in general, right? But this bike, if it rides half as good as it looks, I'll be happy. As I really do dig again, it's in second place to a Suzuki though, because I think that the Gixxis,
You're really excited for the Gixxis?
Yeah, I think that's my favorite looking on that comparison list.
Really, the Gixxis is?
Yeah, followed very closely by the 800 NK. I think if I were going to do it, they'd be tied. The Hornets.
Hey, you're allowed to tie.
Hornet's okay. It'd be my third, and then the MT07 as far as looks on that platform.
I mean, I think a parallel twin for 95% of people that ride, I think a parallel twin, a little 700, 800 parallel twin's probably the best engine to have.
Yeah.
Just because like it's usable everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not these like, I'm not saying an inline 4 ain't a fucking hoot, but you going around town and you want to.
It's got a place it likes to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is somewhere in the stratosphere.
That way. Yeah. Going back to that Kawasaki, what was it? 400 something. Yeah, it's the X400R or the X4R, whatever, or RR, whatever they call it. Generally, yeah, I think that as long as it performs relatively close to the MT07, I think that a 800 NK will do amazing.
Yeah.
I think it looks the best in the class. A parallel twin's got a lot of torque to mess with, so the controls need to be kind of dialed. You know what I mean? Because an 800 can get away from you, especially with a parallel twin and having a lot of torque. So I'm going to look for a lot of fit and finish on the control area.
Yeah.
And that'll be the first thing I'm kind of focused on. If this comes to the U.S., we don't even know yet.
And how they... the thing that I'm going to be watching, we've seen it on their lower displacement bikes, is that the technology is interfaced in a strange way. The mode button, so it's like a physical button for modes,
which is still so strange.
It's weird, but it's a cost-saving measure.
Yeah,
I get it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I would like to see more. How much more is integrated into controls that control your TFT to then make those fine-tune adjustments.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm super excited about it. I hope it comes to the U.S. CFMoto, get with me and let me know. Let's what is it called? Let's break the news here on Live on Two Wheels. Never gonna happen. No. All right, guys. We have a fun little segment that we're trying out this year called Roast My Ride. If you guys want to submit to it for next week, you can over on our Discord page. We need to create something so people can submit Roast My Rides.
There's some changes that we need to make some time for. In the one of those is I'm going to turn the maintenance help thing into a thread, like a forum, so that it's by topic. So if you want to look for something, you can find it like that instead of just like having to scroll through pages and shit like that. So, but yeah, we'll have to add that.
All right, let's go into and see what we got this week.
Road Wide Ride!
Go wide, you dingus.
Sorry about that. All right, guys, first up on Roast My Ride, we have...
the Florida Moto Vlogger starter bike.
What is this?
It's a Dyna, looks like. It's small on my
So
screen.
I've heard you say Dyna so often. What the hell is a Dyna and why is it important?
It was the everyman's Harley.
Okay, so a cost-effective Harley, essentially.
Yeah. Well, they don't make them anymore. Their models got absorbed by the Softail line.
Okay.
And the Dyno had the, dual shocks, external, it had a very specific look.
Gotcha.
That people really liked.
So what did you call this?
The Central Florida Moto Vlogger starter bike.
How many moto vloggers are in Central Florida riding a Dyna?
Bro, if there's a moto vlogger out there and a cruiser, they most assuredly have either started riding a Dyna because they saw other vloggers riding a Dyna.
Okay.
Or they still do ride a Dyna.
Jeez, I didn't know they were that popular. I feel like I should have known.
They're cheap, easy to work on. They don't make it anymore. So
also, bro, the level of chilling back on that back seat rest, bro, you are almost leaned all the way back. Your passenger's gonna fall asleep and then roll off the motorcycle.
My favorite part of this is how incongruous the front end of that bike is with the rest of it.
Yeah, the front end looks like a bicycle. And then the
front
back end
is huge. It looks like it took the front end off another bike. Looks like it took the front end off of a much larger bike.
You look like
a smaller wheel on it. And I'm a fan of apes. I just don't. I don't think they look good on these.
This bike is not thick enough to have.
This is the lowrider, right? I'm pretty sure.
Sure, I believe you. Yeah, the apes look like they're on a much bigger motorcycle. I imagine riding this bike would look like this.
So I've got the narrow ones on the Bolt, and they are the same.
Your
width.
bars match your bike really well.
Yeah.
I will say that.
No, it's a weird cult of a bike. Like, this bike has a cult following, and it is dudes going on flat roads in Central and South Florida.
Okay.
And it is homeboys popping wheelies in California. And that's it.
People pop wheelies on these?
People pop wheelies on road glides. You know, the big one with the fairing, like the Pursuit?
Yeah.
People are popping wheelies on those things.
Bro,
man.
that's... do you know the...
Straight pipes for sure.
Do you know the TikTok...
Actually, those are, I believe, they look like the Vance and Hines slash cuts.
So
that's hilarious.
When you're talking about, because in my head I'm thinking Pursuit and I'm thinking of wheelies. The first thing I think about is these TikToks that Heather has shown me that goes, "Dumb ways to die." Yeah. That's the first thing that pops up.
No, there's a whole crew out there. Like they're pretty much so in the YouTube world and Instagram, like influencer world. Dynas got really popular because like they're a popular bike because they were affordable.
Right.
But then they blew the fuck up because a couple of crews out in California were popping wheelies on the interstate on them. And then every fucking body and their mom were buying Dynas. You couldn't fucking throw a rock across the road without hitting 4 dudes in Dynas wearing backwards baseball caps.
I love the fact that people see anybody do something online and they're like, okay, cool, so I can do that. And then they go make purchases based on what other people can do. Yeah. That is hilarious.
This person that rides it probably does wear a helmet.
Oh, interesting.
But is T-shirt and...
Crocs?
T-shirt, no. T-shirt, Vans, and khaki shorts. Like the...
Oh, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah. And then super lightweight motocross gloves.
You think he has motocross gloves on?
Oh, yeah. Definitely no protection, just looks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's probably wearing a Simpson helmet.
I feel like I need to ride a Dyna, so I need to ride a Dyna
he's probably either wearing a Simpson helmet.
Oh, the Simpson helmet that has like the facey type thing?
Afford the Simpson helmet.
So he bought the cheapo.
So he bought the Bell version of it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Ain't no dank nooners on that Dyna. Yeah.
Poor Dyna.
And then, well, we're speaking of all the Dyna bros, and then...
Oh, wait, what is this?
This is just... these are just cruiser guys in their natural habitat.
Parked terribly.
Yeah. It looks like we have 2 Sportsters. I can't tell what the blue bike is. A soft tail of some sort somewhere in there.
Bro, tell me why the bike in the background, the only one that's actually parked in a parking place, looks like one of those Energicas.
Yeah.
Does it look like that to you?
This is hilarious. This is every bar in Atlanta. Or right out, I should specify that, outside of the metro area. This is every bar that has a sign that says "No cuts allowed," which is the vest with the patches and shit.
Oh, interesting.
Because these guys will come in and park 17 wide in the hash marks and out into the road.
So I don't even care if one bike was parked in the hash marks, but like the fact that every one of them is parked in a non-parking spot irks the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're going to crowd a parking spot, or maybe like park in that side parking spot at the top that the other bike is, and then flood out to the other one.
Westrider's on it, man. He fucking has a Harley tattoo. Calls each other brother.
No, I'm not allowed to make that joke anymore. Beau put the big band on brother.
It's the way you were doing it, and the fact that you were doing it to a guy who was clearly flying colors riding by.
So to me, what you just said was there was a gay dude rolling through on a cruiser. That's what it sounded like to me.
And that's why, and that's why
it's a dumb way to die.
Bro, I've said this before, I'll say it again. People in these kind of clubs are dangerous, not because they're just dangerous people, because they're stupid. They will do dumb things without thinking of consequences. So if you test that as an intelligent person, you are now dumb because
Oh, I appreciate you with the compliment. Look at Beau dropping compliments. Did you guys hear that? He called me an intelligent person.
idiot. I just love that
You sack of shit.
Oh, you nailed it first time.
I didn't know what
bad.
Oh, wait.
It goes
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Oh,
same
okay.
one.
Got it.
I look at this and I see that there was so much space behind them, but they did.
Beau
they
said,
wanted.
okay, so they're toddlers.
They wouldn't. Here's the thing: they didn't want to be associated with the sport bike guy, so they all.
They didn't want to be associated with the sport
There's
bike
a
guys so
whole
bad.
ass-
They're like, no.
There's a whole ass space and that guy on the sport bike parked as close as he possibly could to the grass.
Yeah, he gave them all that space.
And they're like, ain't parking next to no sport bike, asshole.
I can totally imagine, like, the guy goes, Jim,
Yeah.
get over here. Don't you
Yeah.
park next to that sport bike. No, it'll be that crotch rocket.
It'll be crotch rocket.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
All of these guys probably wearing flannels and the little
Why do you gotta take a flannel
and the
down, man?
beanie helmet.
Beanie helmet. Wait,
Yeah,
what's a beanie helmet?
Beanie helmet's like this little.
Oh, just like right here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Little beanie helmet that has
the
a,
like brain bucket little.
has a DOT sticker that they had to apply themselves because they couldn't
Yeah, it
legally.
came with a DOT sticker
because they
in the
can't
box.
legally put it on there and
Oh my
give you a sticker.
God.
Yeah. They ride in Walmart brand Timberlands. You know the work boots. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They have the boot cut Levi's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so great.
And they're all right now parked at their local wing stop.
Can we all agree that that photo was taken in Florida, though?
No,
You don't think so?
It is 100% not Florida.
Why?
'Cause it's just there's too many pine trees.
Oh, the trees. Okay. Literally only talking about the motorcycles, but okay.
Yeah, it does look like it's across the street from a prison.
They prefer to be.
Leather Daddy's Woodlands.
Oh my God.
Yeah, mechanics gloves.
Hold on. Y'all are so much better at Roast My Ride than I am. I'm just going to start reading what y'all say. Actually, yeah, this is what they're riding in.
These are
fucking
the-
mechanics clubs.
Literally the mechanics gloves.
Oh yeah, Nick, good point. They have the bandana underneath their helmet for safety.
100%. Yeah.
Oh my good God.
That's hilarious.
okay. So
They ride around with those yellow Oakleys, the amber ones that go all the way across.
Oh jeez. Oh yeah, so they have better night vision.
Yeah.
So officially during Roast My Ride, I'm just gonna start reading the chat because you guys are so much
Yeah,
better at this than
this is
me.
hilarious.
I love it.
I have off days. I have good days.
So you're good at this. I'm not. So I'm just gonna let you lean into the goodness that you are. Oh wait, our members actually get the little mark on here as well?
On what?
Look right here. There's a little green next to Nick's thing.
Yeah, and the mods. See,
That's awesome.
right here.
So look at that. Another benefit of being a member. You get to be a member here.
This is that chat,
I know, but I didn't know it would show the little icon thing.
but it's the chat.
I know, but it's intercrude.
Yeah, they wear shirts that on the back of it says, "If you can read this, my backpack fell off."
That's
or the
that's
bitch
better.
fell off is what they would probably say.
That's where I was gonna go. With
Yeah,
that. And I was gonna say I'm surprised you
Probably
didn't
have a
say,
bunch
like,
of really racist stickers on their brain bucket.
All right, so before this goes any farther, we're gonna end the episode.
We speak American in this country is what it says on the back of their
Oh, my brain is hurting now.
SOA on Mayans.
Jesus Christ. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that show. If you want to support it, become a member. It's the best way, and you get little perks, which is cool. Next week, we have no clue what we're going to talk about, but what we do know is that we're going to be live 4:30 Eastern Standard Time to talk about more motorcycles
Nice.
and roast more rides.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And if you guys want your ride in, just post them in the. Where do you pull them from? Ghost, where do you pull those from? Moto Photo?
Well, I asked for them in Live on Two Wheels, but if they don't post them willingly, I will scour Moto Photo, and they will be unintending.
This is a one-party consent state, my guy.
All right, guys. You guys enjoy.
Oh, freaking mark at the clutch. Sons of parking violations. And on that fucking note, my guy,
We're going to see you guys next week. Y'all go ride safe. Make sure to hit the like button here on the live show. Check it out audio-wise on all the podcasting things. And nothing better is going to come out of my mouth than the fart that's about to happen. Nailed it.
Okay!